Good morning. It's lovely to see you. Great to be in here under artificial light, no less. It's grey outside. There's just no light, really. So let's get straight into the rocks, because, rocks are great. No, I do not know what this is. It's a mystery rock. If you think it's quartz, it isn't. You have to look carefully. But can you see that the shape, see this one? The shape is diamond. It's more like a fluorite shape. Hi Inga, it's great to see you. Linda, good morning. So there are all these little straw-like crystals, and they've got the same very square shape to them. And there's a bunch of pyrite, like the grey stuff is pyrite. It's a bit sparkly. You can catch the light on. You can see that one. I'm trying to make it sparkle for you. Yeah, see, there you go. That, it's square. So this is all kinds of things square. So I know that the grey stone is pyrite, but I don't know what the little white sticks are. Hi Amy, good morning Lisa Louise. So, and I'm glad that I'm speaking a message that's useful for you, Lisa. That's the whole point. That's what we're here for. Is to change our brains and change our lives, right? I always used to think that changing your life meant you had to really want it and you had to really will it and you had to really try. And I do have to apply myself. But I love the idea and the knowledge and the understanding and the science that it's actually my brain and my body and my heart and how I inhabit those that makes my life. And if I can learn how to change my brain, I can change my life. Good morning, Kaya. It's great to see you. So, this is like a little hedgehog. It really is very cute, but I don't know what it is. If anybody knows, feel free to tell me. They're amazing straw-like crystals that are square, almost in cross-section. It does look like a hedgehog, totally like a hedgehog. Now, this one is really very cool. Both of these rocks are from my friend Jenny Paulo's collection. She gives me rocks to stay over during the winter because we don't get to go outside so much. This has got a label and it says chrome dioxide from Naimba in Zambia, right? So it's from Africa. And dioxide is this beautiful dark green shiny thing. And this is chrome dioxide. And it probably looks like it's black, but it's actually a very dark green. Good morning, Jocelyn. And it's just this awesome, shiny, sparkly thing. The white stuff in the middle of it is calcite, I think. I'm not actually sure. I was told, but, I got a quick tour of the crystals. Aragonite. Oh, maybe. I have to look it up, Linda, that possibly. But this is definitely, because it's got a label, this is definitely chrome dioxide, and it's amazing. You sort of think, oh, is that tourmaline? But no, it is actually a very dark green, and I kind of like that we've got the artificial light because it makes it all sparkle. And it's this fabulous thing. So I just thought we'd have two rocks today because there's so much to enjoy in these ones. Yeah, the hedgehog rock could be aragonite. I'll have to look it up because I just don't know. But it's very cool. Yes, I was aware which rock you were talking about. I just wasn't very clear myself. So there you are. The creature from the Black Lagoon, indeed. Isn't it fabulous? It just, I love these rocks that are irregular and strange and, perfectly not perfect like we are. Look at that. Looks like a map of some country. Almost a little bit the UK, but not really. There we go. It's fabulous. Yeah, I love it, Jocelyn. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to put it down now. Because yesterday I spent so much time celebrating a whole lot of things and talking about a whole lot of stuff. We only got to practice stuff in the last few minutes, and I want to have a bit more time for practice today. So yesterday we were talking about hell loops. We're talking about how your brain just spins and goes round and round and round the same destructive, nasty, unpleasant thought, feeling pattern, and more than just going around the same thing, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you go. It just grows and mushrooms and, that's what I mean by hell loop. I did not invent that word. That word came to me from Ellie Frost. It's a very good word about how it feels when your brain does this. And one of you, I think it was you, Amy, I can't remember, somebody awesome, You're all awesome, by the way. You all you're awesome because you show up. You're awesome because you communicate with me. You're awesome because you participate. And one of you awesome people yesterday said, this business of opening your focus is really useful for just roving anxiety that just sort of floats in from nowhere. Morning, Julian. And because I can't work out what it's about, and I just and I thought, let's keep talking about this, because very often, and this goes back to the 60s, I think, when Sigmund Freud, he invented psychoanalysis. It was a brilliant thing to do, to actually start talking to people about what they were thinking and feeling, because nobody did that before. You just sucked it up and got on with life, because life was about doing, right? And so this was a big advance, the whole thing of psychiatry and psychology and what he did. But the sort of not so helpful aspect of it, I mean, there's value, but it's limited for me, is that it ended up that everybody was looking for the reason why I feel this way. The reason why, the cause of my problem, the memory or the thing that happened, which means that I have this thing going on in me now. And, roving anxiety isn't really like that. It's just anxiety. And let me tell you about my experience of anxiety. Because for me, I finally realised, and this is a long story, very short, that my anxiety, the reason why I would start to feel fear, it was actually like the physical expression of it was that there's a muscle holding pattern in my body, which I'm presently working very deeply and profoundly to change. And when those muscles tightened up in that particular way, they put pressure on my vagus nerve. Because the vagus nerve, it's called vagus because it wanders, right? It's one of the cranial nerves, and you've got two, and they go from, the base of your skull or wherever it is down the body, and the vagus nerve wanders through the whole body. And it's the kind of coordinating part of the parasympathetic nervous system. It's the clutch, it's the brake. It slows the vehicle down. And if you have a problem with your vagus nerve, and just having something put pressure on it, well, all kinds of things can go wrong. But for me, it created anxiety. It's like, I am having a perfectly normal life here. Why the hell am I suddenly feeling fear? Right? Vicky, good morning! Never Nefertiti, yay! Nora, woo! It's a long story, but I finally realised, and look, I do yoga about 4 or 5 days a week, and that's been a big part of helping my body be flexible enough that I could get in and release these things. And I had massage therapy for a long time, and now at the moment I'm just doing it myself. But when it comes up now, I actually understand which muscles I need to work on to release, and then it goes away, because the pressure, it's through my diaphragm. My diaphragm tightens up. If my abdominals, chest muscles tighten up, it ends up there, and I feel fear, and I think, why the feck am I feeling scared? And actually, it's just a physical memory in my body of the patterning and the programming in my brain, which has made my body tighten up that way for most of my life. And that's what produced anxiety for me. So, I understand the physical mechanism of it, but how did my body get into that habit of doing that, right? I programmed it that way. So, getting back to what's going on in the brain when you're in a hell loop is, and we spoke about this yesterday, there's a set of neurons that you fired and wired over time, remembering the same memory, feeling the same feelings, pouring the same chemistry, conditioning your body to actually be addicted to that chemistry, which means then, and there's a loop that goes on. I have the thought, I have the chemistry, I think more thoughts the same, it gets bigger, I feel more chemistry, and round it goes. And when you're having that very unpleasant experience, your brain is producing what's called beta brain waves. And not just any beta brain waves, because low beta is like when you're sitting relaxed reading a book. Medium beta is when you're studying because you've got a test tomorrow. But you're not stressing out about it. You're just very focused and you're doing your thing. You're under time pressure, but you're feeling okay about it. High beta is when you're scared, you're angry, or you're, sad. High beta. Catherine, good morning. High beta brain waves are sort of 25 to 50 cycles per second. And when your brain is like that, You just want to scream, you want to hit people, you want to push your way past the crowd, just let me get out of here. You become very selfish and it feels awful, right? The brain is very incoherent. It's so painful. G'day, Heather! And so we talked about the fact that to shut down the high beta brain waves, you've got to do something to slow your brain down. And the practical thing that I have learned to do, apart from releasing the physical tissues, which for me, there is a direct correlation. So, it's, yes, it's in my brain, but also for me, it's in my body. The practical thing is we've got to slow our brains down. And to do that, we did this yesterday. We brought awareness just to following your breath, right? Just to following your breath in and out. And pay attention to the sensation in your nose and down your throat and into your lungs and flowing in and out with it. And then we did a little bit more with, slowing the breath down. That was the next step. And then we started and we ran out of time. We're just putting attention on the walls of the room that you're in. So you're putting your attention somewhere other than those looping thoughts. So you're taking your attention off the thing where your brain got stuck and you're slowing, because when you slow your breath down, you are taking control of your autonomic nervous system. Really, truly. So when you slow your breath down, you're going to calm it down. Unless something really crazy is going on, it's generally going to slow down. And then when you open your focus, you help your brain to slow down some more. And finally, I get back to the point. I got massive diversion, but I've just summarized yesterday. The question was, this roving anxiety, I don't know what it's about. And I'm trying to pick it apart in my head and figure it out and make sense of it. And it drives me crazy because I can't work out what it's about. And the key thing I want to say is that it does not matter. The subject matter does not matter. The reason why, the memory, the thing you're scared of, whatever it is you think the problem is not the problem. The problem is what your brain is doing. And to give you a really good example, and I've talked about this recently, I've been dealing with this fact that my gut has been slow, and increasingly, until relatively recent, it's tuning around. That's why I'm talking about it. My gut has been slowing down, And normally, if you've got unexplained constipation, you're supposed to go off to the doctor and get scans and I don't want to do that for two reasons. First, I just had a really powerful innate feeling, which I've learned to trust, that there's nothing there that needs medical attention. It's an incoherent signal. My autonomic nervous system is out of balance because I programmed it that way. Because when I got really scared, it all worked perfectly. So my body's been used to having lots of fear to make things work. So it's an addict. So I've been breaking that addiction. But what I noticed was that, I would approach a meal and I would start to anticipate the fear, right? I'll start to anticipate problems. Or I would be some other part of the day and, the thought would come in, it's not working properly. And I would say, I'm feeling afraid because I'm worried about my gut. I would assign the meaning of my fear to be about my body. Hi, Poriwa! And this is what we do, right? I have this sickness, therefore I feel sad. I'm short of money, therefore I feel frustrated or lost. Or, I don't have a relationship, therefore I feel alone. But actually that's back to front. You don't have a relationship because you feel lonely. You are a lonely person. You have an identity that says, I'm lonely. Therefore, nobody can get to you because that's who you are and it's who you're being. It's the only connection you can make is a connection that isn't a connection. And because I've been fundamentally fearful my entire life, because I was programmed in utero, because my mother was fearful, and she didn't even know it, she was just dealing with life. And I grew up fearful, even, I recognise I was not one of those confident kids. Pugnacious, perhaps. Talented, yes, but not confident, actually. Oh, shh. So, I grew up fearful, and so I can... all the dings and dongs. I conditioned my body to do that. And so sooner or later, if you keep replaying those emotions and doing that chemistry and having your body have the experience of fear, sooner or later you're going to push some genetic switches. And so I did. And this is what I know has been going on with me. And so, the truth is, I pushed the genetic switches for 40, 50 years. Therefore, I have this condition that I'm now reversing. But my logical brain says, I've got this condition, therefore I feel afraid. And that's not how it works. The fear produces the condition. Therefore, the subject matter does not matter. It's quite a bit to wrap your head around. I hope I'm making sense. I'm feeling sad because I don't have a partner. No, you don't have a partner because you feel sad. Astrid, it's gorgeous to see you. It really, because think about it. If you want to attract love, for example, you want to have a wonderful relationship with someone, how can you do that when you're constantly feeling sad and lost and worthless and unloved and unlovable? The only person that's going to make it into your space is someone else like that. It's not what you want. So you keep saying no because, the wrong people turn up. So to have that relationship that you want, you've got to become someone who's in love with yourself. Hi, Jen! It's really us about face thinking because we get programmed to think the other way. So the subject matter does not matter. What matters is taking charge of your brain. So let's do it again. And if you like, you put your hands over your heart because it's warming and it feels nice and kind of, you cuddle yourself and that's good too. And if you wish, close your eyes. And just bring your awareness to your breath. Bring your awareness to the breath. This time, give your racing, busy brain something to pay attention to. Now I'm going to pay attention to my breathing. Now what? And back you go, right? Get more specific. What temperature is the air that you're breathing? How does it feel as it comes in your nose? If you can, if it's comfortable, close your mouth, please. How does it feel as it comes in your nose? And how does it feel as it circulates inside the cavity of your mouth? Because, we've got this little lip, but there's a whole lot of space in there. I actually find it really relaxing to pay attention to the space inside my head because we don't. Try relaxing your upper palate, soft palate. The top of your mouth where the rough bit is, if you put your tongue on the top of your mouth and there's these ridges, try relaxing that. It's amazing to let that go. Try relaxing your jaw, try relaxing your tongue. Oh my God. Lie on the floor and let your face melt. It's amazing how good that feels. All of this paying attention to your breath. So as the air comes in and it passes, and you can imagine it, melting your face as it goes through and down your throat, and imagine your throat relaxing as the air comes in. Imagine your lungs just opening to receive the air. And then as you breathe out, it's just reversing that and letting go with the breath, right? So you breathe in and you breathe in life and you let this beautiful air come in. And as you breathe out, this is the next step, you just let your body soften, relax your body. Consciously give your body a signal to let go. Because we quite unconsciously hold ourselves up. I can't relax, my shoulders are tight, my face is tight, my legs are tight. Who knows which part of you is clenched? Let it go as you breathe. Keep your attention on your breathing. Keep your awareness in your heart. If you can manage that. This is quite a mental, emotional, physical, paying attention game. So keep paying attention. And if your brain wanders off, because it will, because it's used to being like an untrained dog, or, a horse that doesn't know the signals, or a wild bird that just, I'm off everywhere, bring it back. Pay attention to your breath. Keep paying attention. Stay present with it. Stay present with yourself. Love yourself enough to pay attention to you. And it's effort, but you make the effort to pay attention to your breath and to your heart and to letting your body soften. And you're not paying attention to that other thing, which we're not going to mention. So breathe in and out some more and realize that with every outward breath, whether you add to it with your intention or not, if you allow it, your body is going to relax, because that's why you heave a big sigh, you know. We naturally let go when we breathe out, with every breath. If you just have that thought as you breathe out, you're just letting go. Oh, very nice. I can feel that now. Just letting go. And as you let go, letting go of holding your attention in one place, and let your attention go out into the space around you. This is so nice. I have this picture in my mind, and it's like, you know, where there's houses where all the furniture's covered, and there are these beautiful fine gauze cloths, and what it looks like when one of those is pulled off, right? So it's like it just all gathers up. And so that in reverse. So it's like something is letting the cloth go down over something, and as it goes down, it spreads out around the bottom. But in this case, it's around you, around your body, around your heart. And you just, it's like kind of like as if there was a wave going outwards, and you let your awareness go out into the space around you. And you might feel comfortable letting your awareness go out into the space around you just by a couple of feet. You can play, like we did yesterday. You can put your awareness, if you've got your eyes closed, it's really nice to do, to just put your awareness on the walls of the room that you're in. And, you know, not just one wall. See if you can put your awareness on all the walls, because you can. You have to open your focus to do it. But just have a go. You know what it looks like. So you're using a little bit of your memory of the room that you're in, but just put your awareness there. What texture is the wall? Is it cold? Is it warm? Can you remember, you know, where are the windows? Where's the door? You're paying attention to the space around you. And if you want to add to this, because I love this part, what about the ceiling and the floor? Now you're not just opening your focus around you, you're opening your focus above and below you. You can fill in the gaps, and you can rest with it for a little bit. And it feels really nice to me, because I've got really good at this. And if you sit quietly, you know, even just with some nature sounds or your favourite music that doesn't have words, preferably slow, kind of trancey, you can just expand and open your focus out and out and out. And when you've finished, bring it in again gently. Don't just open your eyes and get a shock as you snap back to three-dimensional reality, because you stop paying attention to that thing that you didn't want to know about anymore, and you just open your focus into space, and it's very calming. So that's what I wanted us to practice, and what do you know? Time has flown. Thank you so much for joining with me. I haven't seen a thing of your comments in the last 10 minutes, so I look forward to responding to them later. Thank you very much for participating. I invite you to stay where you are for a little while. Just turn off your phone, or, you know, put it in airplane mode or something, and just enjoy what you've created, if you wish. Otherwise, big love. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.